everybody's dad to bring you guys another video. I'm here to bring you guys my updated opinion in regards to the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, as well as the RTX 3080s. There's been a limited supply for all of these things. The RTX 3080s, they're out, and the RTX 3090s, they came out last week on Friday. So, and the RTX 3070s, which are going to be supposedly a little more powerful than the RTX, the RTX 2080 Ti's. Help me out here. And man, I feel so sorry for those guys who bought an RTX 2080 Ti at freaking $900 to $1,200, man. Woo, boy, I feel so sorry for them. But I want to give my updated opinion in regards to each item that came out or is coming out this year in 2020. And so I wanted to throw this out there. So if you guys don't know the specs, I don't know why I was lagging. If you guys don't know the specs of my PC, I have 16 gigabytes of RAM. I have Windows 10 64-bit professional. I have an RTX. I'm sorry, I have a GTX 1070 Ti. I have an i5 8600K CPU, 750 watt power supply, which is sufficient for the RTX 3080. Not the RTX 3090. I think I read that the RTX 3090 requires an 800 watt power supply or 850. I don't know what it is. But then I've also looked at the specifications for the 3090. More reasons for me not to purchase that graphics card. I saw the benchmarks, and there's almost, like, I won't say almost, but there's not a huge improvement over the 3080. In generally speaking, theoretically, it is 10% more powerful. That, of course, that percentage means absolutely nothing. In a vacuum, you would need to actually lay out the methodology, the specs of your computer, and see how things play out. So a lot of the specs a lot of benchmarks you're seeing on internet, on YouTube, PC Gamer, etc. These people have i9 9800K CPUs. They got 36 gigabytes of RAM. They got pretty much the highest specs you could possibly muster up. This is an SLI, so I can only imagine trying to SLI to RTX 3090. I mean, I heard that I don't know if there'll be SLI available. I could be wrong. That's insanity. That's overkill. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I saw those benchmarks and I'm like, okay, I don't care about the 3090. You know what I'm saying? At all. 3070, 3070 is coming out next month. I forgot what is the date. So I gotta look out for it. October is approaching, folks. Man, this year is going by quick, man. And so I want a 3080. I don't want a 3070. I want a 3080. And so I have made it my duty to pursue a 3080. However, I'm going to be patient for it. I'm not sitting at nowinstock.com and saying, oh, look, I got a 3080. You know what I'm saying? I got a 30 notification. Bam, I go there, and within 2 seconds it's gone because we got a lot of bots and scalpers, and you guys see what's going on. And so I am going to be waiting patiently for a 3080, but I'm enjoying my GTX 1070 Ti. I am playing Serious Sam 4, and I will be showing you guys a benchmark of that game with my specs. And I am running that game at 60 frames plus at high-low settings. You know what I'm saying? If you can say it. So like high-low settings. There's like low, you know what I'm saying, and like low, medium, low, high, then medium, low, medium, high, medium, or medium, and medium, high, and then high, low, and then high, medium, and then high. You get the point in those tiers and graphics. And mine is high, low, and I'm running the game at probably, I don't know what the frame was, but the frame rate is just freaking solid. And a game like this, you won't be able to enjoy on the console. But I'm going to be talking about the Xbox Series X in regards to the benchmarks that have been released by Digital Foundry. But I want to get all platforms, all things, you know what I'm saying, the RTX 3080, the Xbox Series X, and PS5, but I'm not in a rush to pursue them. Xbox Series X, I have decided to wait patiently for the next couple years. The big game that can get me to get an Xbox Series X, like okay, I need one now. If I don't get this game, I'm going to lose it. And that is not a new Halo, not a new Gears, not a new Forza, you know what I'm saying? It's something like a new Killer Instinct. You know what I'm saying? A new Killer Instinct 4, or a new Perfect Dark remake, or GoldenEye remake. GoldenEye remake, or GoldenEye 2, whatever they want to call it. An IP, or Banjo-Kazooie 3, the real 3, not nuts and bolts. A actual IP that Microsoft is taking and actually going to utilize, because you guys haven't heard, I haven't done a video on this, but there's no point of me doing it because you guys already seen the news. So there's no point of me getting my input about this. But Microsoft has purchased Bethesda, which is huge. They own so many, and only them. They also own ZeniMax Media, which owns also a lot of other subsidiaries. So the parent companies. So Fallout, Doom, Wolfenstein, Dishonored, Deathloop. They're going to honor the Deathloop contract that's going to be limited exclusivity for PlayStation 5. But expect that to come to Xbox Series X. I forgot the other IP that was going to be coming, I think, by RTX Studios or another Bethesda company. And so there's a chance that we may see some quality control with Bethesda and see a lot of games exclusive on Xbox Series X, as in only on Xbox Series X. Doom 5, whatever they want to call it. Xbox Series X not coming to PC. What? That's blasphemy. What? You won't bring this to PC? Blasphemy. That would be like the biggest insult to PC gamers if you don't bring Doom to PC. That's like making Half-Life 3 exclusive on Xbox Series X. That would be like spitting on the face of PC gamers. Like, you will have PC gamers potentially even riding outside Steam headquarters. That's like blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? From a PC gaming perspective, that's just straight up blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? That's enough to trigger the living hell out of me. So anyway, I got so I'm yeah. So Microsoft acquiring a lot of these companies, Elder Scrolls Online. This is huge, and so hopefully there's a lot of quality control, especially with games like Fallout, Elder Scrolls. My personal opinion, the best Elder Scrolls game will be Morrowind, always, the day I die. And Oblivion was good, but we really, truly, when it comes to the Elder Scrolls formula, we haven't really, from my personal opinion, haven't had a good, decent Elder Scrolls game since Oblivion. And actually, there's only been one Elder Scrolls game because all they've been doing is remastering Elder Scrolls. I mean, when did Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim come out? It was, 2011? I think 12, I don't remember, but it's been 8-9 years, and they just ported that game to live in hell. And it's going to be laughable if they port that game to freaking Xbox Series X. I mean, it's going to be crazy. Like, of course, it'll be probably 60 frames per second, unlike the 30 frames per second that was available for the PS4 and Xbox One, which is completely unacceptable. I mean, really, absolutely unacceptable. So, just expect a lot of IPs to be on Xbox Series X. So, I like the other game would be Fable, but I read that Fable is going to be available on PC as well. And cross fingers, this game is like Fable 1 and 2 and not Fable 3. Please don't be like Fable 3. Please, for the love of God. Fable 3 was so bad for me. I never finished that game to this day, and I need to go out and probably finish it, but I'm just like, it's going to be such a chore trying to finish that game, because that game was so bad when it comes to Fable. When it comes to generally as a game, regardless of the IP. As a game itself. Is it decent? Absolutely. But as a Fable game, it is horrendous. It is horrible. One of the worst games and one of the worst purchases I've ever made as a gamer. I bought Fable 1, not day one. I bought the Lost Chapters. Never got the original without Lost Chapters. On the OG Xbox, got on PC. Okay. Fable 2, 360. Freaking, I bought the game before I even got my 360 console. That's crazy. And I got my 360 back in 2008, which I think is the same year Fable 2 came out. So I got the game before I got my console. That's how bad I wanted to freaking get the game. And then Fable 3 bought day one as well for 360, and man, it was the worst decision of my life, man. And so I am crossing fingers, Fable. The next Fable game, whether it be a remake or Fable 4, I would like to continue on with the series. I truly hope Fable 4 is a good game, man. I truly do. And I will not buy the game day one. I will wait for the reviews, and then I will decide to make my purchase. But I love Fable, one of my favorite IPs, the top 10 favorite IPs of all time. And I just absolutely, it is imperative that this game is freaking one of the best Xbox or console exclusives, as you want to call them, ever made. So it's imperative. So they need to make a good Fable game. So outside of that, Microsoft need to come on an IP that actually said, okay, I need to get an Xbox Series X. I need to get one. Okay, I need to get one. You know what I'm saying? If Microsoft is going to play if Microsoft is going to play, because I'm going to get Xbox Series X regardless because of backwards compatibility. That's why. If there was no backwards compatibility for Xbox Series X, I would never touch it. I would say, bye. I would get a PS5 or another Nintendo. I'd rather buy another Nintendo Switch. And so, Microsoft needs to come up with something that's good, like get back Scalebound. So, that's pretty much it in regards to Microsoft, and that pretty much is it when it comes to RTX 3080. In summarization, Microsoft needs to come up with something that really intrigues me. But the console is going to be $500, folks. So keep that in consideration. There's going to be new reiterations of this console, Xbox Series Y, I mean whatever they want to call it, or Z. Okay. And they're going to come out with new slim models. They're going to come out with new exclusive versions, whatnot, etc. Expect a new Gear 6. Expect a new Forza. Was it 10? Was it 9 now? Forza 9, I believe. Or was it Forza 8? I don't freaking know. I don't keep up with the numerical Forza Simulator games anymore. What else? I think Halo, of course. And so 343 Industries, like, you know, they like people with the bulk of it happened with regards to Halo Infinite and its graphics. That was gameplay, but it's graphics. People are like, no way, man, nah, this is unacceptable. We need to get rid of 343 Industries, and we need to give Halo back to Bungie because they don't know what they're doing. They screwed up with Halo. They screwed up with Halo 4. They screwed up with Halo 5, and now they're screwing up with Halo Infinite. Like, they don't know what they're doing. After years of having 343 Industries, they don't know what they're doing. And so that's why it got delayed. And so it sucks that Halo Infinite is on launch time, but that game needed to be delayed. And it needed to showcase the true power of the Xbox Series X. You know, so people are already forgetting about it because the Xbox Series X is already making a good impression, selling out in Japan, which is insane because I would need to see the numbers. That's not sufficient. Saying it was sold out in 17 minutes is nothing. How many consoles did you have? 10,000, 50,000, 150,000? Who knows? A million? I have no clue. Period. I think the highest sold Xbox console ever is like 120,000. And I was like, or I could be wrong about that. It doesn't matter. Point remains that Microsoft is making an impression in Japan. And so it is what it is. Microsoft is making an impression with their benchmarks for their games. These games that were showcased on Xbox One X, like Hitman 2 and Rise of the Tomb Raider on Xbox One, running on Xbox One X, and these games are running 60 frames per second. You go watch the Digital Foundry video. They released it today or late yesterday. The benchmarks freaking look great. Rise of the Tomb Raider, and especially in like really like demanding areas like the Geothermal Valley. You guys remember that in Rise of the Tomb Raider? If you played that game, it has such a graphical demand. I mean, it puts a huge toll on the area, and it runs almost 60 frames per second solid in that area. Of course, I have a 1070 Ti. I can run that game solid. I couldn't run that with my 970. My 974 gigabyte, even at the lowest settings, still was giving me problems. Now I got a 1070 Ti. And I'm freaking running that area, no problems, no frame drops, none of that stuff. So I want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider again. I've beaten it, enjoyed it, loved it more than the reboot. Still haven't played Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I would like to see how that game runs on the Xbox Series X. So Microsoft is doing a phenomenal job. They need to keep on doing what they're doing. Xbox Game Pass, making games that they just released that's available. I mean, and Microsoft releases Fable. Fable on Xbox Game Pass? Ooh, boy. I'm going to be all over that Game Pass. And Microsoft is bringing more games. Wasteland 3. You know what I'm saying? Halo Infinite is going to be available on Xbox Game Pass. I mean, it's insane right now, like the amount of games. Japanese games. You know what I'm saying? Sega, Square Enix, Ideal Factory. Not Japanese developer. I can't think of any other Japanese company right now. They're the most common ones. Bandai Namco. They're releasing their games on Xbox Game Pass as well. I forgot the name of the company. Oh yeah, actually Bandai Namco. I was going to say Dragon Quest 11 S Definitive Edition is available on Xbox Game Pass, which is freaking amazing. That is insane value. And by the way, you guys need to go play that JRPG. So Microsoft's doing good. So I I gotta applaud Microsoft. Keep doing what they do best. Now, the PlayStation 5, I'm still contemplating on getting a PlayStation 5 plus tax that is $539 just to play Demon Souls. And it's so hard for me to make my decision because I love Demon Souls. It's my second favorite Souls game in the entire franchise next to Bloodborne. I know Bloodborne's its own thing, but it's made by the same company, From Software. I love Demon Souls. Like if I had to put in order, the best Souls games, including Bloodborne, is Bloodborne, best, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2. In that order. I love Demon Souls. And so it's so hard for me to say, no, hold on, be patient, just wait for a price drop. Actually, there ain't going to be no PS5 price drop. There ain't no Nintendo Switch price drop. If we're going to wait for a price drop, folks, for Nintendo Switch, you won't be getting good exclusives like Metro. You won't be getting a Switch until like 2022 or 23, Lord willing. Because Nintendo's already freaking selling 50 million plus units in a span of freaking 3 years. It's insane. Well, actually, it's been 3.5 years now. Or, yeah. So, man, the software sales just speak for themselves, especially compared between Microsoft and Sony. Actually, Microsoft does better when it comes to software sales than actually Sony does with games like Halo. And so it's just unacceptable. When Sony got like long-lived IPs, not even The Last of Us touch Halo, man. But anyway, so it's hard for me. I still got the pre-order. I don't know if I want to cancel. I don't know if I want to like take it and maybe sell it and say, look, just stick with my PC gaming and my Switch and whatnot, PS4. But Sony's going, like I said, is going to be bringing other games like Horizon 2 on PS4. And so, like, and God of War is not an IP that I enjoy pretty much anymore with the new direction that God of War went with God of War 4 on PS4. I'm like, The Last of Us gameplay elements in third person over the shoulder, basically, instead of like a fixed camera angles and like in crazy insane action. It's not there. That's why I say God of War 3 is the best God of War game I've ever played in my entire life. And so, man, looking at the library of what Sony is going to offer, we're hearing about Metal Gear Solid Remake. You know what I'm saying? We don't know which Metal Gear Solid game is going to be a remake of. If it's going to be a remake of the original Metal Gear Solid 1, or it's going to be a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, which I would prefer. You know what I'm saying? That's not enough. That's not sufficient enough for me to go on and jump ship. Sony have to come out with something like a sci-fi filter or something like that. You know what I'm saying? For me to go out and get a PS5. But until I see minimum 10 exclusives, you know what I'm saying, I'm not in a mood. So, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But Demon Souls is such a good game that game alone can take over 5 exclusives personally for me. Like, I could play that game I could put an easy 500 hours. Like, that game alone will last me like, I won't touch any other game. That game alone will last me for 6 months, half of the year, that game alone. New game pluses, new builds, finding new things. I mean, it's just like, it's unimaginable. And I'm going to go crazy if I don't freaking play this game. I'm going to start thinking about, like, I'm playing Serious Sam 4. Great game. You know what I'm saying? But, that Demon Souls, though. So, I don't know what to do. Should I keep my PS5, pre-order and get it, play Demon Souls and freaking go crazy? Or should I just like hold off? Or it's going to be so hard. And again, I got Demon Souls for 20%, almost 20% off. I guess 15% off at Walmart for no apparent reason. It was $50.19. You know what I'm saying? It was $50.19. So it is what it is. So, folks, when you going? I know you guys have said earlier that you guys are going to be waiting a couple of years for the PS5. One night you're going to enjoy your PS4 games. That's very smart. I've actually not beaten half of my PlayStation 4 library, but I've beaten most of my PC library. Most of my if there's even an Xbox One library, and my Nintendo Switch library doing well. Of course, a lot of games have a huge amount of replayability. But Demon Souls is just one of them. Demon Souls, man. And the amount of farming for certain items that are just like had insane low percentage drops. If you guys play Demon Souls, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the pure blade stone. That's what I'm talking about, and it's just like, oh man. But playing that game, dude, playing that game will have huge, like, man, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but Demon Souls, folks, Demon Souls. And so Spider-Man, Ratchet, I mean, we don't know when Ratchet and Clank is coming out. We don't know if Team Ninja is going to come out with a Neo 3. I mean, we don't know what's coming. All we know is that we have Horizon 2, which is coming to PS4. We have Marvel, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, which is a DLC. I've heard still, I've done some research, but I heard still that the backward compatibility is still tied with your PSN Plus account, which is ridiculous. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But these are $500 consoles, folks. These are $100 more than the previous generation. And we're getting to the point. We're getting to the era, the time of when the PlayStation 3 was that expensive. It was I think it was $600 at launch, the standard edition. $600, and both consoles are gonna be $500. And Nintendo's like, we got a $300 console. I mean, if you told me choose one, I'm gonna go with the Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? We're hearing about Nintendo gonna come out with a Switch Pro, a new powerful Pro. We've been hearing that for freaking months now. You know what I'm saying? Going on over a year now at this point. But like, it's like the rumors are really starting to come out. And Nintendo's shadow dropping these games. We got not a release date, but we got a yearly release date for games like Shin Megami Tensei 5, and we got release dates for Monster Hunter Rise. I'm gonna make it my effort to beat every Monster Hunter game before this game comes out. I have to make that promise. Beat every Monster Hunter game before that game comes out, because I put so many hours into Monster Hunter, but I've never finished the campaigns of those games. God got so sidetracked with the side quests, no pun intended. And so Nintendo is killing it right now. Microsoft's killing it. Sony, not so much when it comes to their lineup. Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales, not going to last you a long time. It'll beat it within a couple of weeks. Demon Souls will last you for several months, depending on if you're a New Game Plus user. And there won't be no backwards compatibility with the exception of PlayStation 4 games, which is, again, a good thing. Question is, how well will those PlayStation 4 games run? And will I only be able to do that if I have PSN Plus? If I don't really need a PSN Plus in order to run those backwards compatible games on my PlayStation 5, I may keep my PlayStation 5 pre-order. We'll see how things go. Folks, thank you for tuning into this video about where I am. I'm going to be, so to summarize before I finish this video or say goodbye, and I'm going to be waiting for the Xbox Series X. No rush to get it at launch. I'm going to be waiting for the RTX 3080s. I'll be watching them closely, but I'm not in a rush to get them because they're probably going to have new versions like a 3080 Ti or Super, or 3070 Ti or Super, 3060, whatever they want to call it. And my PlayStation 5 pre-order is most likely going to stay intact if backwards compatibility is not tied to your PSN Plus account. And we see some more gameplay for certain titles like Demon Souls, and not just like we're out there hesitating and whatnot. Those games are going to be huge, and just like man, it's imperative. It's imperative. So I believe that we're going to see more people, by the way, do quick runs of Demon Souls on PS3 before they jump ship on Demon Souls on PlayStation 5. Me personally, I will be touching Demon Souls on PlayStation 3 no longer. If I decide to keep this PS5 and I'm going to keep my copy of Demon Souls. I got it for real cheap, and that game's not going to drop in price probably until like another year. Who knows? But yeah, those games never sold like consoles. Like, oh man, I need to get a console when Demon Souls come out. No, it's never happened. With the exception of Bloodborne. You know what I'm saying? Bloodborne moved units, but only by like a couple million. So, folks, that's my opinion. I'm going to be. I think I was going to do a video in regards to. I was going to do a series of IPs that Microsoft needs to bring back, and I'm going to be doing some benchmarks for certain games that came out with my PC setup, and some more content coming. and I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of the original Doom. And I may even do a walkthrough of Serious Sam 4 on my PC, even without requiring all the secrets. So we'll see how that goes. But folks, thank you for tuning in. Peace out.